Hi YouTube family, I hope you all are doing very well. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about the Ordinary skincare and how do I know what order to put that skincare on. The Ordinary is really a customizable skincare line in that what you get from them in those droppers is one ingredient. Now you might have another serum or something that you keep in your skincare collection that has several different serums in it, but that's not what the Ordinary is about. Like this one is from Estee Lauder and it has a lot of different things in it. It has peptides and it has hyaluronic acid and it has all kinds of different stuff in there already mixed in for you, so you don't have to do the guesswork. However, this is very, very expensive. And when you get the Ordinary, what you get is you just get a single item per jar, and except for one, which is the buffet. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be kind of explaining to you a little bit what order you would put these on and how you would use them. So before we do, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by clicking the button below. I would love to have you here as a part of the YouTube family that we're building, and hit the bell so that you can be notified and so that you won't get unsubscribed. I know that a lot of smaller YouTubers have been saying that they've been having their subbies unsubscribed, and yeah, I'm not really happy about that, but hopefully YouTube will eventually get their act together and realize that how are we going to become big YouTubers if we're not little YouTubers first. So yeah, hit that bell so that you will not be unsubscribed. And so let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that there is a chart on the Ordinary's skincare website that you can go to, and you can click on it and then it will tell you how to use these. And this is actually a really helpful chart. But what I've always known is that what you did was you started with your thinnest water-based product, and then you worked up to your thick moisturizers or your oil-based products at the end. Okay, so the first thing that I do, and I actually don't have the Ordinaries yet because I'm using up my Derma E. This is a glycolic acid toner, and this is actually the first one that I use, and obviously, you know, because it says toner, that's what we used first. But I do know the Ordinary does have their own glycolic. So look at just what I'm going to do right here. Look how watery that is. Can you guys see that? So that's the first one that you would use. That's extremely watery. It goes across. It actually primes your skin to get ready for the rest of what you're using. And a glycolic toner is actually a little bit of an acid, so it's going to give you a little bit of exfoliation to it. The next thing that you want to do is you want to start going in with your serums. Now this one is the, I murder these names so bad. I wish I knew them 100%, but here we go. Argireline, I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure. This is the solution. This again is an extremely water-based product. It is, if you can see it right there, it has no problem just dripping. It doesn't like have any weight to it at all. It's just a water product. Now the ones that I've purchased so far, they haven't been any other than that particular one for the really watery type one. So that's the next one that I go in with. So next I have two that actually are pretty darn close to the same consistency. This one is a vitamin C one, and it's a Ascorbyl something. And it is a vitamin C one. I use this during the day, but you can see that it has a little bit more of that just like slip property to it. So that one actually has a very similar consistency to the Matrixyl one and the buffet one. Now if you wanted to, you can mix these two together. There's nothing wrong with mixing them together at all. You don't have to do one step. If they're the same consistency, go ahead and mix them together if that's what you want to do. So you're going to see that the Matrixyl one right here again has that little bit of slip to it. It's not super watery. It definitely has a little bit more weight to it than the Argireline or whatever it's called had to it. So that is the next one that you would use. Anything that feels just a little bit more moisturizing and a little bit more sticky. Not super sticky because we're not getting to the heavy moisturizers yet. Okay, I actually also have, this is Hyaluronic. This is Sub-Q Eyes. Hyaluronic is the sister company to the Ordinary, sold by Victoria Health and DCM, and I actually put this one on completely separate from all the rest of them except for the first one. I do put the first one underneath my eyes and on top too, called Argireline or whatever it's called. Okay, so this one is actually quite a thick little formula. It's about the consistency of the second ones, but just a little bit thinner, but I only use it on my eyes because it's specifically for your eyes. Boy, the back of my hands are just gonna be all treated today. Also, when you're doing the buffet, the Matrixyl or the vitamin C ascorbic serum that I just showed you, you can also go in with your hyaluronic acid at that point if you want to. The hyaluronic acid is about the same consistency. This is one from Clinique. I don't have the other one, but it's about the same consistency, and basically all that's going to do is that's your one that's going to draw the water into your face. You can mix this one, the hyaluronic acid one, in with your moisturizer, or you can do it now, whichever you choose to do. I personally mix it in with my moisturizer. Just I feel like it gives a little bit more of the moisturizing properties on the very top layer. So that's just my personal preference on that. The next thing is we're going to go in with anything thicker. We're going to go in with, at night I use the vitamin C, that is the 23%. They just came out with a 30%, you guys, just so you know. I can't wait to get that one. So this is the vitamin C 23%. I use this one right before I use my moisturizer. What I do find with this one is because it has that little grit in it, is that sometimes it will do a tiny bit of stinging. That stinging went away from me after the first couple of weeks, unless I do have like an open sore or you know, some sort of really rough dry skin that's been opened up on my skin, then it will sting just a little tiny bit. But the thing that I do with the vitamin C, particularly because I find that if at this point it can have a tendency to roll up my other products or ball up my other products, is I actually do a lot of patting at this point with my product, my vitamin C. And then last but not least, you're going to go in with your moisturizing factors. This is just their natural moisturizing factors, and what I do is I go ahead and I put this in my hand, quite thick as you can see right there. And then this is actually from Clinique. This is another hyaluronic acid product. It's called Moisture Surge Overnight Mask, and again you can see that it's going to be quite thick. I'll put that in there, and then I will go in with one of my oils that I have from The Ordinary, and this one is the Moroccan Argan oil, and I will just put 2 or 3 drops of that in there. So this is my final step, and I'm just going to mix that together, and then I'm going to put it on my face. And one of the things I want to tell you guys is don't take a long time rubbing your hands together before you get that on your face. Just a couple of times, and then get it on your face quickly, because the palms of our hands will drink in a ton of that. It doesn't matter how much you have, it's going to drink in a lot of those moisturizing factors for you. So just to recap, always go from thinnest formula to the thickest formula. Always go from water base to oil base. Always go from clear formulas to not opaque or not see-through formulas, not clear formulas. So I hope that helps all of you. I know that it might have been a little bit confusing. Like I said, go to The Ordinary's website, dcm.com. Go click on The Ordinary and then go under there, and they do have a chart that will explain all of this. But I wanted to kind of tell you guys, because it does get a little bit confusing, and tell you what my routine is. Don't forget the back of those hands, it's so important. And from nipples to the bottom of your chin, don't forget that either, because it will age you, and you will look so much better if you have those all moisturized, including your face. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I really hope that you did. If you have any questions, list them below. I hope that I was not too confusing in this video. I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in my very next video. Bye, you guys.